What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Comicology toy review. Today we're going to be doing the advanced armor from the Iron Man 2 line and the Arctic armor from the Iron Man 2 line. They're actually quite similar, and one would think that one is a repaint of the other, but there are some key differences that make each figure unique. We're going to start off with the advanced armor action figure. This armor was first seen in Iron Man Volume 3, Issue 50, and this particular design has seen Marvel Legends treatment. If you recall, in Marvel Legends 8, the same figure came out, and that figure had two versions. One had the red torso, and the other had the yellow torso. If we're going to look at the timeline of comics, the yellow torso guy came before the red torso one. So, okay, let's open up. Okay, so here he is, out of his box. He also comes with the dildo, which is kind of cool looking because it goes from orange to yellow, which gives it a nice effect. The cards, which are kind of cool to play around with, and the stand, which are nice, but I want to replace them. Okay, so here's the figure. The sculpt is just spot on magnificent. Seriously, it's the figure's supposed to look like he's got overlapping plates, and it achieves that very well. See there, on his chest and his torso and his abs. All the grooves are sculpted in nicely. So every detail on his upper body is there. The grooves on his shoulder shoulder plate, his biceps, gauntlets, everything's there. Even the back, especially the back. The back looks great. He's got those kind of wing things too. Very comic accurate too, if you look at the gauntlet. He's got cool knee guards, I guess. Great sculpt. Really, really good sculpt. Paint is likewise amazing. I'm just going to fix the light here. Okay, the paint is also really good. The chest piece could be a little cleaner, but it's a small figure, so it's really forgivable. If you can see that his eyes have like a red dot painted in, which makes the figure look a little bit more menacing than it should, but it's not bad. It looks pretty cool, actually. I like the tone of red that it's got and the gold. It's really nice. Looks kind of more realistic than if it were more vibrant, you know. For articulation, I think this is where the figure really kind of shines, because the other Iron Man figures couldn't even tilt their heads up, but this guy could do this. He could do the flying pose, or that that pose he did in that one cover that I forget. Anyway, so he does that. The neck goes up to there, and it goes 360 also. See, it's kind of creepy to see. His shoulder pads move up and down. Now the shoulder pads are removable. They are removable, but they don't pop off as easily as some of the older figures did. The shoulder pads kind of restrict his movement, his arm movement up and down, but they go 360 around also without popping out the shoulder pad, which is cool. His elbow moves up and down. It doesn't rotate. The wrist does, though. The wrist twists like this. There's some chest motion, which is kind of cool. So he's probably very posable. There is no waist articulation, which kind of makes me sad. Now the legs, they look like they're regular ball joints, but it doesn't seem like it, because here's the groove where you could, that allows for this motion, but on the opposite side it's not there. And I tried to put this motion this slot along this side of the leg earlier, and it wouldn't work. I couldn't do it. I may be mistaken, but it's too tight, I guess, and I don't want to force it because I don't want to break the figure. So it just goes this way, I guess, and it goes around too a little bit. See? Okay, double jointed knee, and then the foot goes up and down a little bit, left and right. Okay, all in all, this is probably one of my favorite comic series, Iron Man. I would even probably say that this is better than the Extremes one. So if you find this guy, buy him immediately. Alright, let's check out the Arctic armor. Okay, so here's the Arctic armor, which is a purple variation of the modern armor. He comes with the dildo thing, but this time the paint on this thing is just impressive. It actually looks like it's frosted over, which doesn't really make any sense because then he'd be blasting out ice. Oh well, it comes with also the cards and the stamp. Now the figure is essentially the same as the advanced armor, but there are a few key differences. The mask is different. See? There's a groove. There are a couple grooves that go down the face on the sides of the Arctic armor, which isn't present on the advanced armor. The shoulder pads are also different, if you could see. The shape is different. This one's more, this one's sharper, I guess. This one's a little bit more rounded. See? Of course, it's a little bit obvious. The fins aren't present on the Arctic armor, and the gauntlets are also different. If you could check that out. Just a few key differences with the arm is definitely different. The gauntlet. This guy has his open palm repulsor blast thingy on his left hand. This guy's got it on his right. He also has somewhat of an half open palm, which is kind of cool to see. Well, the legs are essentially the same. They're the same. Even the articulation. For some reason, I like this figure a little bit more than the advanced armor. It just looks a little bit cooler. But the sculpt is just as impressive, even if not more so. The paint, this is where it gets a little bit disappointing, but I guess this one's a lemon. The chest piece is very dirty, and if you look at the back, there's so many paint errors there at the back of his thigh. But you know, if you're just gonna keep him like standing in front, I mean facing you in an armory, it wouldn't matter so much. But still, I mean that sucks. Yeah, articulation is essentially the same. Neck, torso, shoulder pads, restricted arm movement, elbow twist, and the same joint. I mean, I wish I could move this slot forward so then I could make him a kick, but I don't want to break it. Maybe if someone knows how, maybe they could teach me. He's also got the double joint knees. This joint doesn't seem to want to work. This one does. This one works well. I don't want to force it. I don't want to break it or anything. And then there's left and right and up and down motion for this. If you could find this, and if you could find the advanced armor, definitely get both figures. These are really just magnificent figures. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys.